Good stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That is about a year ago.
That'd be new to me.
Yeah, the whole.
This is the first thing you've been to in a year.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Mentally or physically? He's usually thinking about fishing and hunting and.
Those are important.
Yeah. So this is just kind of what we talked last month on this UTV thing.
So the only thing we changed this time.
What did we change?
The flag.
You got a few thousand miles of basketball miles already,
The
so
flag
great.
and
Already started.
the helmet, and the flag, I like how they
Yep.
did the flag.
Full bore.
Yeah.
Anywhere on the machine.
If you just see me boil out of here at about 5 till 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at you, I got a little girl's Christmas concert.
above the cab or whatever,
So.
if it's
Yeah.
anywhere.
Well,
As
then
long as it's on
obviously-
the
What they
helmet.
decide on helmets. Here it is.
Yeah.
Any
I
person
doubt
younger
it,
than
but it
12.
could be close, not a,
Is that what it is?
Not a heavy
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were more CTV and UTV, but.
I'm gonna talk for 45 to an hour.
Yeah, but you never say anything at that time, so it's
I
not
know.
like news words.
No cab or no nothing.
Right, so they gotta have helmets under 12.
Yeah.
Which I can do.
Move him to the end then.
yeah, see, I can do
Side by
that.
side. Yeah, that would be.
Here's one up.
Okay.
Please.
I think this will work. I had to go, I was going yesterday today, so there wasn't really much else. The mayor's got some appointments.
Let's try to call that final.
Yeah.
You guys need an agenda? Okay. Thank you.
Just another subdivision. That's a quick phone call.
I was just gonna call it.
Yes, Brad?
Yes. Yep, I'll be working if you could call and get the town. So you trekked all the way to Alaska for a Bambi bug species, huh?
I was tickled pink.
Huh?
I was tickled.
That was a good one for up there.
He was a little guy, but.
They're all little up
2-year-old
there.
duck.
They're all little up there. I've seen show that they're tiny deer.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they'd have monsters. Too many bears.
Just the species. What are they, the black-tailed? Blacktail?
Yep.
Yeah, they're just a
Sit
small,
black-tailed.
yeah, they're just a small species in general. So,
All right, well, I got 5:01, so we're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. Start with routine business. Open Meetings Act posted on the Northwest Wall as always. And no Heather is sick tonight, got the flu, but Lisa, go ahead and call the roll for the rest of us.
Dustin?
Here.
Brad?
Yes.
Kent?
Here.
All right, 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
I was gonna call in sick tonight.
Is there a song like that?
2 out of 3. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, everybody. Move on to the consent agenda. Can, as always, approve everything in one motion or consider items separately as you, if you wish.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second. Oh, go ahead. How about it? Got it. Your call, Mayor.
Take your pick.
I got Dustin.
Moved by Brad, second by Dustin. Any discussion? Go ahead and call roll.
Brad?
Yes.
Kent?
Yes.
Dustin?
Yes.
Carried unanimously. Move on to the mayor's appointments and report. My report is I'm back. Alaska was good. It wasn't as warm. Dustin was in Florida. It wasn't as warm as there. But glad to be back. The Bears didn't get me.
There's always next year.
You'd have been too chewy and said you would anyway.
We'll give them another
It was
chance,
good job.
hopefully in the future, but, no, it was a great trip, enjoyed it. And we'll move on to appointments. I've been spending a lot of time the last couple of weeks since I got back, trying to get all caught up on some of these. We're not gonna get fully caught up tonight, but we're gonna take a chunk out of it. And so we'll start with the, couple of reappointments to the LB 840 Loan Committee. Both Dane Sears and Kirk Peterson have agreed to continue on that committee. It's nice to have some consistency there, so I would recommend that we reappoint those two.
I'll make a motion to, mayor's recommendation to reappoint Dane Sears and Kurt Peterson to the LB 840 Loan Committee, 3-year term ending in November 1st, 2028.
Second.
Motion and a second on those appointments. Any discussion? Go ahead and call the roll.
Kent,
Yes.
Dustin,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
All right, thanks, guys. Next, we've got several for the Ainsworth Betterment Committee. These again are 3-year terms. Couple reappointments with Dave Spann and Quinn Shelbourne. And Mary Ritter had asked to, she'd been on for a long time and was hoping to be replaced. So we've got Kara Ritter, or Kara Welch, actually.
I just seen that.
I saw that
Kara
out.
Welch has.
I got you covered on the air. You were good on our website.
There's one
on
from
the
the
air.
past.
Take
how many
that
times you can look at
appointment.
something and still miss it?
And I also visited with Ashley Schroeder, and she would take the appointment of Brian Doak. Brian wanted to do some other things, he didn't want to continue. And Ashley has moved back to town, grew up here, and I thought she'd be a good choice for that committee, so.
Kara Ritter on your paper a little bit ago. Jeez.
I move that we approve the mayor's recommendations for the ABC committee for reappointments of Dave, for 3-year terms, for reappointment of Dave Spann for a term ending 10/14/28, Quinn Shelbourne, term ending 10/14/27, Kara Welch to replace Mary Ritter with a term ending 10/14/28, and Ashley Schroeder replacing Brian Doak, term ending 10/14/27.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Call roll.
Dustin,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Kent,
Yes.
Those are unanimous also. And move on to the Planning Commission. These are 3-year terms also. Reappointment of Lance Shipwright for a 3-year term, and Arlen Welch and Chris Lammers, which would be Lance's ends in 27, and Chris and Harlan would go through 28, and Rick Gucci ending in 12/2/26. Somehow he slipped through the cracks for a couple of years, but I don't think they need a lot, so those would be the recommendations to get that one up to date.
I'll make a motion to approve the mayor's recommendation for the planning committee, 3-year terms, reappointment of Lance Shipwright, with terms ending 12/2/2027, Harlan Welch and Chris Lammers with terms ending 12/2/2028, and Rick Gucci with terms ending 12/2/2026.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Call the roll.
Brad,
Yes.
Kent,
Yes.
Dustin.
Yes.
All right, that's it. We've still got some catching up to do, and of course I think I've talked to most of you about some committees that are gonna work on the codes and maybe eliminate some committees, kind of reduce the number. One of them, of course, has to do with the Board of Adjustment, which now the state statute changed so that the city council can act as the Board of Adjustment. So that would allow us to just have that, I think, on a monthly item on the agenda, anything, and
Okay.
we could replace that committee, and there's a couple others that I think we can do away with, and we've got Michael Scholl's working on that on the ordinances, and so hopefully I'll be able to present that to you next month at the meeting. Looks like we don't have any public hearings today, so we can move on to old business. Is there any updates on the property at 352 North Wilson? I know we're having trouble getting in touch with the
Yeah.
owners.
I haven't heard anything from Michael yet. In fact, Kelsey and I were just visiting the other day. Seems to respond better to letters through the mail, so I think maybe we'll try that again. See if
So the lawyer reaches out and they just
they'll
crickets.
return the phone calls, yeah, so.
Okay.
That's, that's an ongoing problem with these nuisance properties and such. It's just hard sometimes to make contact with the landowners. And so it's a slow process to begin with, and it gets even slower because of that.
There's one that's nothing but a hole now on North Main Street.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprising to me because like on this one here, we're trying to
Yeah.
take their nuisance off their hands.
You'd think they'd be all over
Yeah.
that.
One would think, so I guess we'll leave that on the old business for next month, and maybe we'll have an update then. Moving on to the regular agenda. We'll just go ahead and go in order and start with Todd. I won't move to last.
How long do I got? 45 to an hour?
45 seconds.
Have an update on the Ainsworth golf course.
You get penalized $100 per minute.
Well, let me get this. Thanks for having me here. In 2023, we came to the city council to get some money to replace the walls of the old clubhouse, and at that time it was recommended that we maybe pursue getting a new clubhouse. So the last 2 years we've been trying to do that, and I talked with Kristen, and right now we've got about $13,000 into that account on an $800,000 project. So I've come to the conclusion that is no longer an option. So we're going back to repair, as the last time, the south wall, you can move it. It's about gone. So the clubhouse committee, which I'm a chairperson of, we met and we discussed some items about, do we just repair what we've got or maybe add a little bit? So I think everybody's been out to the golf course. We decided to go with try to go with a 16 by 24 foot addition, which is on the south side of the clubhouse where the patio is right now, will be all enclosed, and it will be part of the rest of the building. And then to the east of that is where we'll pour concrete there. That's where the patio will be for outdoor events of, somebody wants to sit outside or whatever. I had Tim Denny come out and give me just a rough estimate, just to give you guys some numbers. Went to Crotter's, got the windows, we figured out kind of what we wanted. So right now, it's without electrical or HVAC, the windows and the building, labor, we were looking at about $60,000. So without knowing what the electrical will be, HVAC, I think, and talking to other people, we're looking at more like 100,000. If we don't use it all, that's fine, that's great. I was hoping that Kristen would be here. I talked to her a little bit about grants, if we can get grants for additions, and she said there are grants out there for that purpose. I talked with Jim Crotter, or down at Crotter's, and about ADH, or ADA. And he said, being as how we're nowhere even close to that, he didn't figure that would be a deal. The doors that we'd be putting in will be wide enough for it, but he don't think we're gonna have to do anything with update the bathrooms or anything. Now Kristen, she was a little more cautious about it. So right now, the new clubhouse project is done. Unless somebody wants to donate $1 million, then we'll start right back up. But I don't see that happening. So we're gonna proceed kind of trying to go with updating the clubhouse. I mean, if this doesn't work, then I guess we'll just patch the walls, and that's the way it's gonna be. But the windows are all fogged over, they need to be windows, you know, I got $4,000 worth of windows, you know, so 4,700 if I remember right, 4,750 in windows. So I thought I would give you guys an update and see what your thoughts were.
Seems a lot more realistic, you know.
Well, I've heard a lot of people say that, you know, they didn't donate because, well, first of all, and I know this, I hope this ain't a sore subject, the swimming pool fund. A lot of that was brought up, that they don't want to see this money set in there. I talked to Chris and said, if the new clubhouse does not go in, we can use the money to rebuild the old clubhouse. Now, with the feedback I've got over on this deal, they said they would be more apt to donate money on a $100,000 project than an $800,000 project, and actually see that something is going to get done. So, like I said, I was hoping Krista was going to be here, she could name off the grants and blah blah blah, but she said there's monies out there for it.
Like a 50% matching grant, or what kind of grant?
Well, she said something about some of them are matching. She was working, and I hate to say because I don't understand any of it, but she said she's dealing with a person now, or a corporation now that is like a 100% deal. Like I said, I wish she was here explaining it more. It sounded a lot more enticing than a 50-50. But she was talking that a 50-50 through the game and parks, you know, is still possible on additions. I didn't know if it would, or if it was gonna have to be like a whole new building or whatever, but the way she said, she was talking that there's grants out there for it.
Did you need anything from the city right now in form of, you know, action, or was it mainly an update tonight to kind of?
Just primarily an update, and wondering, I mean, are you on board? I mean,
I guess, I mean, honestly, so the clubhouse is actually owned by the city, you know, as a building. We're talking to people, we might also try to hit some ABC money, maybe. I'm not for sure, I talked to Joel a little bit about it. LB 840, I think, can be used towards 501Cs, and we are a 501C8. Didn't know if it had to be inside city limits or not, or if that actually, how that works. If it's
Property, can we use it on city property?
I was gonna say, the city proper cannot use LB 840 funds for itself. It has to be for some other funds. But have you tried lodging tax too?
And we were gonna hit that as well, and then maybe even a tourism. I guess the biggest thing is we were just making sure that it'd be okay if we go forward, because obviously with it being a city building, you know, that if everybody's okay with doing this update. I think when it's all said and done, we were gonna add, how many square feet?
well, it's a 16 by 24 addition.
And I think when we kind of mapped it out, it's probably gonna add approximately 24 to 30 seating occupancy. And I do know right now, our fire code, I believe, is at 53, I believe. And there are some parties that we have that we are pushing the limit. I mean, just like Christmas party, we got one coming up this weekend that is gonna have 42 to 44 people. I know even when you get 44 people in there, it's tight, but with this addition and fixing the west addition that's already there, it would make it a lot more feasible, I guess, to host parties. And the golf course obviously is also more than a golf course. It is also a restaurant style setting. So, I mean, to better the community, if Big John's was to shut down or D&B was to shut down, at least there's another option to get more seating, to have a place for people that would, you know, sit down for lunch, supper, steak nights, events, whatever.
Now you could even have city council meetings out there.
We'd never get anything out of Joel then.
I
So
didn't
that
even realize
100,
it was a city building or
What's that?
I didn't realize it was a city building.
Everything on the golf course is owned by the city.
that 100,000 includes the repairs to the west
Yeah.
side along with the addition?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And then also, I think it would also match the carpet inside the whole place and a few of the fixtures of maybe some new tables to match, so we got that extra seating room. And
Sounds good. Yeah, I think you have more luck getting this done.
Well, like I
Although
said,
Powerball's $1 billion tonight, so
well,
don't lose hope.
And
I suppose I better go play.
You better go play.
And
I might not be around in the morning.
And I guess also our final update that I'm gonna talk about is with the help of the Brown County Foundation and a few donors, we have got most of the equipment all updated to get back into a standard, maybe upkeep of so many years. We are in a way better situation now than we were 2 years ago. We're only looking maybe for one last piece of equipment with either fundraising or, I know I talked to Lisa about maybe your guys' 1 year lease with your John Deere mower, maybe doing a 2 year and having the golf course pay the second year, you know, whatever, because that's the only mainly piece that we're looking for an update, so. And the golf course has updated a lot of things in the last 2 years. I think this year, we've updated almost 100,000 into property and improvements, so. But we just want to keep you guys updated, so.
Don't forget the foundation then on your building campaign too.
It's also on the building campaign, yes, correct.
How was your year?
We had a very good year.
Or for numbers of people golfing?
Oh,
Yeah.
up
Good.
quite a bit. I think our membership for a total was up around 37 memberships between family, single, out of county, everything. So. But
Good year, well, appreciate it. I, for one, think the golf course is an important part of the community. Just need to get more of these councilmen golfing, I guess.
If you guys wouldn't laugh at me, I
You
would.
wouldn't want me out
Yeah,
there.
you know me.
we want everybody out.
That's right, yeah. it's-
You don't want me on your scramble team.
Any other questions for the guys? Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, we'll discuss ordinance number 1565 on altering utility type vehicles equipment. Guess I read a little bit about what you guys did last month, but yeah, what's that?
Yeah, so this draft should have everything in it that you talked about last month with those couple of changes about the flag. That's page 2, 4-509B maybe. It's 2 feet above the highest point, affixed somewhere so it's visible from all sides. What's the other change?
The helmet from
Helmets.
16 to 12
Yes.
on ATVs.
Yes. I'm trying to think, I think it's 4-508F. otherwise, I feel like everything else is kind of the same as it was.
And these definitions, like you cited them, that's just based off state statute.
Correct.
It's nothing we're pulling out of the air.
Right. Yep, no, Michael prepared this, so.
So yeah, I think you've got a few different options. You can obviously amend this. If you see other things that, or have heard other things that you want to include. You could do a first reading, or of course, there's always the option to waive the 3 readings and pass it.
Yeah, my only other consideration is, the usual licensing period is calendar year. So we're already advertising now for people to renew their licenses. So just keep that in mind, I guess, when you're making changes, the timing of the changes.
So we better change it now, we would adopt this one
It
here.
would be most optimal if you're going to make changes that, maybe we do that before we get too far into the year.
The only drawback to that is most people now have no idea what is required of them.
Well, that's why.
Other than
Yeah.
a flag, so, and when you're talking, especially if you're talking having helmets and is it just on the ATVs?
Yep, just on the ATVs.
Just like motorcycles.
It-
We're supposed to.
Yeah, it might not hurt to do the 3 readings so people have a chance to review it in the media.
But I don't have any changes. I don't care about the speed we do it.
Well,
Nobody
I
else
think in
is.
here it requires an inspection and everything, so that's why I said, just the timing.
Yeah, the new one does
Be
require you to
helpful.
bring the vehicle in and have somebody in the city office inspect it, make sure your flag's in the right.
Or high enough. 2 foot above.
The highest point.
I'll come in and help you inspect scooters.
All right.
I think Kelsey will probably do most of that.
I was thinking, Sid Kelsey.
They just do that when they license it, then bring it in for the inspection?
Yeah, and I know Kelsey will go over all these rules with everybody when they come in, at least that's the plan, so people are sort of familiar with what the changes are.
Yeah, didn't we talk about having like a
Copies actually.
condensed
yeah.
version? Here's the
Highlights,
highlights.
yeah.
And when we get that put together, it'd probably be a good idea to have that put in the paper. with
Well,
that- with your-
by statute, anytime you amend an ordinance, typically we have to publish that anyway. Publish in pamphlet form, but I think in this case, to Rod's point, it would be with the city to publish it.
Scoop sheet, these are the highlights.
I know Michael didn't put it in there, but I'd like you to consider extending the hours on usage of them on the side-by-side.
Isn't there for snow removal?
For snow removal.
There's an exception for snow removal, but I thought we
That's a
couldn't.
state deal.
I thought we couldn't because it was a state deal.
State statute says sunrise to sunset.
But it also says the height of the flag and different things like that.
You can typically be more strict, but not generally more lenient, because if you're more lenient, then you are not in compliance with statute.
What do you, bang it out tonight, or you want to do it a couple of times so people?
Have you heard anything? Nobody's.
No.
said a word.
Nobody's ever said a word to
But
me.
it might not be out much either. I guess it has been though in all the last couple of meetings.
Like we talked about last couple of meetings, tabled the last couple of meetings.
State statutes, sunrise to sunset or dawn to dusk.
Sunrise to sunset,
Sunset, okay.
unless it's being used for snow removal purposes, yeah.
So I just need to hang a blade on mine.
There you go, baby.
Just
Or
as
put a-
long as you
I'll
drop the
put a
blade
scoop
while you're
shovel in
going.
the back
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, There you go. It didn't say, well, what kind of snow removal?
So if we don't waive it, then we have to do all three.
Yeah, so the jump to go in effect in February,
Well, you know,
right?
you'd read it here, you'd read it in January, you'd read it in February, so mid-February.
Go into effect.
And I don't know what you guys are thinking, I have no problem doing that going 3, but I think it was with the chicken ordinance. We said, no, we're gonna do it 3, and after the first one, nobody came, nobody said anything. But it's up to you, I have no feelings either way.
I guess I don't feel like we've done anything that drastic to it to not. I mean, we've been talking about it for 2
I was
months.
gonna say, it's certainly been on plenty of agendas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if somebody wanted something to say about it, I don't know, I'd say we.
Do you have the verbiage? Or you gotta read the?
All
I don't
pages.
have to read all this.
I think
Word for
typically
word.
the introduction,
This section?
yes, is what I understand is
Okay.
the summary.
And unless you guys got, I'm gonna move to waive all and go for it. Is that council? Okay. I need to say that at the start or the end? I think I'll do it at the end.
Usually,
I move, I guess we're going, an ordinance of the city of Ainsworth to amend section 4-506, all terrain and utility type vehicles, definitions of the revised municipal code of the city of Ainsworth, Nebraska to add language, to amend section 5-50, section 4-507, all terrain and utility type vehicles, city permit required, of the revised municipal code of the city of Ainsworth, Nebraska to add language to amend section 4-508, all terrain and utility type vehicles, operator requirements to add language to repeal chapter 4, article 3 of the revised municipal code of the city of Ainsworth, Nebraska, and to enact sections 4-301, bicycles, electric foot scooters, and mini bikes, definitions, 4-302, bicycles and electric bicycles equipment, 4-303, bicycles, electric bicycles, and electric foot scooters on streets, and 4-304, provisions for use of bicycles, electric bicycles, and electric foot scooters, to provide for an effective date and to order the publication of the ordinance in pamphlet form, and to waive the required 3 readings.
Didn't say the ordinance number.
And it's ordinance number 1565 of the city of Ainsworth.
Second.
we have a motion and a second, any other discussion? Well done, by the way. Go ahead and call roll.
Kent,
Yes.
Dustin,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Motion carried unanimously. Thanks, guys. Moving on, consider a request for the administrative subdivisions of the following described real estate. That's an irregular parcel of land located in tract 4, block 1, Morrow's subdivision, replat of city second addition to the city of Ainsworth, Brown County, Nebraska.
In essence, is this just correcting a legal description?
It's just when you're within, I believe it's 1.5 miles of the city, which we're in the city,
Right.
you have to have it approved when you do a meets and bounds. It's a technicality.
And it wasn't done sometime in the past? Is that what we're doing? Or is this just a new?
I don't think it was ever done when they platted it the first, I don't think, there wasn't the city signing off on it. It was platted, but it was never brought before this board to say that's okay.
20 years ago?
2022.
Okay.
Really? Was that far?
Well, that's when that's the stamp on here, is 2022, on the plat. Or on the-
Replat. It's a replat.
So what's causing this to come up now?
Within the city's zoning jurisdiction, if you divide a lot of record, it's supposed to be approved by the city council, and this was not, basically. I think is what Susie was saying.
Right, it was divided back then, but never came before us.
I was thinking it was earlier that it had, or just recently that it had been divided, but you're saying it's been a long time?
Well, the filing date on the survey is September 2022.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't think the surveyor knew that, I don't know.
It looks like the
It's
original.
just a picky title person insinuating themselves.
Yeah, we get that. Just making sure your Ts are crossed and your Is are dotted.
Exactly, it's that.
Oh, it's item map too. It's just this general.
And this is the same group of parcels that we've been discussing as of late
Wasn't that? It was
with the
something
zoning
different.
change
Was that the zoning change we
That's
dealt
the
with
same.
it before? Yeah.
and set of parcels, yeah.
Okay, well, obviously it's been divided, changed owners sometime back, so.
Is that right out here off of the 11?
I think this is the way I'm gonna phrase it. I move that we approve the administrative subdivision of the following described real estate in a regular parcel of land located in tract 4, block 1, Morrow subdivision, a replat of city, second edition to the city of Ainsworth, Brown County, Nebraska.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Go ahead and call the roll.
Dustin?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Kent?
Yes.
Motion carried unanimously.
The main thing is we got the taxes the last 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't care about your description. We just want to make sure we get our money.
Thank you much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, next item, I think we've got a couple of LB 840 items. First one is discussing to consider resolution number 25-10, authorizing the mayor to sign the retainer agreement for Heather L. Sickada to act as our LB 840 attorney for the city. This is, Heather's been our LB 840 attorney for quite a while. And she's kind of a specialist in that, very helpful. Michael, our city attorney, hasn't really dealt a lot with LB 840, so we haven't used her a lot, but when she's there, when we need her, so.
And it's not a retainer, it's just as you use her. Yeah,
If we
so-
just, yeah, she
We
just
bill-
use her
just
bills
bill
us
us-
per time.
Yeah, that's great.
Actually, been working really well for us.
Yeah.
on this?
Yeah, it's just for the calendar year.
So there's no set amount, it's just she bills you out.
$200 an hour.
Yeah, but right, but only for, you don't have
You don't
to
have to pay a couple grand.
use it or
to
lose
keep
it
her-
or anything,
Yeah.
it's just as needed.
Actually, I feel like it's the same, this is the same agreement that we had last year. She didn't change her rate.
How about a 5-year deal?
Yeah, we did use her. We did use her once last year. We had one item that she was pretty helpful with, so, it's good to have her.
I'll make a motion to allow the mayor to sign resolution 25-10, to sign an agreement to retain Heather Sitka to the act as our LB 840 attorney for the city.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Go ahead and call the roll.
Brad?
Yes.
Kent?
Yes.
Dustin?
Yes.
Motion carried unanimously. And on to some actual LB 840 loan committee recommendations. They have number 25-10, facade application in the amount of $63.30 that the committee recommends.
So I made a mistake on the agenda, on this one. The original application was requesting $6,330, but the loan committee, after it met and deliberated on it, thought that a portion of it didn't qualify. So they reduced that amount to, is it 2,475?
Okay.
Is what they're actually recommending, and that would be 50% of the total that they thought qualified.
And You've got both these listed as 2510, is that correct?
One is resolution number
Okay.
and one is just the LEA 40
And
application.
Did you sat in on that committee review, that's all okay for the location?
Yep, so you can be, this location is technically outside city limits, and in the LBA 40 plan passed by the voters, there is a point in there that primarily it's used within the city limits. However, it can extend outside of the city limits if the business that we're assisting is providing a product or a service that can't really necessarily otherwise be found within the city. Like it's having an economic impact on the city.
Just so we're all not,
So we have had a
Busting the
couple
rule.
of
Right.
other businesses outside apply and be eligible, so that was the consideration, was that this business does have an economic impact on the city.
any other questions?
Yeah, and I think their reason for only paying for a portion of it was because that was consistent with what they had done, we've done on previous applications.
Good.
Yeah, I think they had determined that facade is anything affixed to the building, basically. So that's why we don't do parking lots, and we don't do things like that. And so there was some things that were external to the building included on the original application, and they took that out.
I'll make a motion to approve number 25-10 facade in the amount of $2,475.
Second.
Motion and a second, any other discussion? Call roll.
Kent?
Yes.
Dustin?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. I can't wait to tell Luther how fast this meeting will go when she's sick.
Yeah.
And she'll probably never come back.
Ready?
Moving on, and I shouldn't have said that until we were done,
Don't
but
say.
consider a special designated liquor license for the Sandhills Lounge for the Chamber Gala to be held at the community center here from 3 p.m. January 10th, 26, ending at 1 a.m. January 11th, 2026.
Yeah, so this has been going for a couple of years
Yeah.
now. I assume it'll be the same. That's what
Just
they've
their
done.
usual winter gathering. Plan on it being cold.
It's nice to have the
Blizzard,
community
I
center.
think last year, wasn't
I
it?
think last year was
Really
cold.
bad.
Yeah.
Well, I move we approve the special designated liquor license for Sandhills Lounge for the Chamber Gala to be held at the community center from 3 p.m. January 10th, 2026, and ending at 1 a.m. January 11th, 2026.
Second.
Motion and a second, any other discussion? Call roll.
Dustin?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Kent?
Yes.
1 a.m., man, I don't stay up that late.
Yeah, I think.
Thanks, Rod.
I think they packed up, and I don't think there were too many left by one. So I left at 10:30 or so, the crowd was getting pretty slim.
All right, that brings us to Lisa's report. We got anything happening this month?
Well, I kind of feel like a broken record. It's like the same thing every time. Still just software. I mean, we having a lot of coordination, a lot of meetings back and forth, sending a lot of information back and forth. We're slated to go live with the new software February 9th. Our time management system, we have to switch that too because the current one we're using is a GWorks product that won't be compatible. So this TMS actually still, even with the new time management software and Power Manager and all that, we're still gonna come in cheaper than what we've been paying GWorks. So I still think it's good that we're transitioning. So we're trying to go live with them actually in January so that when we hit our first payroll in February, we've got the data already in the system. So that's kind of been the big thing. We had our financial audit here with AMGL on December 3rd. I think that went pretty well. Like usual, they found a couple of small little things that nothing major, but a couple of policy things that they want to see us do regarding payroll and our pay schedule. Basically, they want to see seasonal employees on an actual schedule rather than just say we're paying minimum wage or whatever. Those kinds of things, not hard to fix, I guess. Kind of, maybe a little nitpicky, but you know what? They're easy to work with. They have good information. They're easy to talk to, so.
They were only here a day,
Yeah, they were just here.
so they do some prep in advance, obviously.
They do a lot remotely.
Yeah,
And then I think when they get here, they just really hone in on those things that it's not easy to,
but they access the system and do all their work.
they look at all the claims mostly, a lot of AP, vendor claims, checks, payroll, and 941s, all that kind of stuff. That's kind of hard to do remotely. You keep asking me about DR 4420, so I reached out to them again, NEMA, for the flooding. And they are greenlighting streets, but the trouble with that is now they want to close the administration category at the same time, so we're just done. Which is all fine and great, except for the fact that I had kind of been sitting on that because I've strung it out all this long, and so I've been,
Keep adding to it.
you can keep adding to it. So now I have to do some catch-up work on category Z before we can officially close out, which I knew that was going to.
See, they gotta be about done.
So, there's light at the end of that tunnel if I can just get them all of the stuff now on that. So anyway, I'm getting good responses from NEMA now, so.
Great.
So question on that, so you guys have already paid, done the outlay on all of that street repair and everything, it's already been through your budgets, it's already gone.
Yep.
Would that make sense when you get that reimbursed to put that in as your kind of starting place for a paving district?
Well, it'll have to come back into the streets budget.
Right,
so,
right,
yeah,
but I'm saying
you'd
where
have
you've
cash.
already basically spent that money, it's already gone through your budgets, it's not like the county where you took it out of an inheritance tax
Yeah.
fund and we're gonna try to put it back.
Yep.
So would that be a case where you could potentially use that?
That'd be great.
I thought we just give it to the golf course.
I'm sure they'd take it.
How much is that?
0.
Back to a new building.
About enough for a new building.
No, that's what I've always.
I mean, that would
thought.
make
If-
sense.
Yeah.
If
You
we
got-
could do that.
You got a $500,000.
Oh, I think it should go to the streets.
Yeah, I do too, and I
Well,
think that's
it
exactly
has to
what
go
should
back,
go
because
to.
that's where we took it from.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we
Yeah,
But what I'm saying is you haven't robbed Peter or taken out loans or anything like that to make those repairs, so.
Yeah, so, anyway,
I'm not holding my breath.
There's-
It's the account.
maybe we're on the downward side of the hill
that would
now.
be super nice.
So I
Floods
just-
were in 2019,
Yeah.
so about 2028 or 9.
Well, and I originally submitted category Z with the category C, which was the streets projects. And so that was back in 2021 or 22. So I have about, 3-4 years worth of payroll to come through and get sent off to them. But we'll get it hopefully sooner than later and be done with it. So that's it. It's like my positive note for the.
Perfect. So your new software, you said February 9th-ish.
Well, that's the plan
And
now.
then the other one, they agreed to work with you for a quarter at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Till February, end of February.
Hey,
See ya.
See you later.
Have fun.
See you, Greg.
Sir.
Yep.
So,
Christmas concert tonight.
No other questions for Lisa? On the audit thing, I always feel like it's like when the state health inspectors used to come to the restaurant I worked at as a kid, they always found something.
You
They're
don't go
they're
home
gonna,
empty.
they're gonna come up with an item or two, so feel like you gotta fix something.
They gotta justify their job.
Yeah.
well, the one thing that really threw one of the guys off, I think we were 2 cents off, which was clearly a calculator rounding on a wage. And he could not get past that.
2 cents?
2 cents.
Did you throw them a couple pennies?
There's-
So you can't even, you're not very long, you're not even gonna get 2 pennies. You
Yeah.
got to round to 5.
So, I mean, that's the level of scrutiny.
Yeah, boy. I guess we
sometimes.
got good auditors.
And they do a good job, and, you know, they're just doing their job, so, I mean, I feel like if that's the worst thing they found, then, you know, that's okay, maybe, hopefully.
It's nice, they come here, get it done, and
That's great.
keep rolling, and that's what you want. Well, all right, thanks everybody, having no other business, we're gonna adjourn at 5:48. And we'll look forward to meeting again, is everybody gonna be able to be here on
In the new year,
January 14th, it looks like it'll be the second Wednesday.
I might be in Key West.
Man, I always want
Dustin, you wanna go with me?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
You know the way, don't you?
Yeah, I know the way. I know right where to stay too.
you been there?
You just got back, that's why we
Just
didn't
got
have, that's why we didn't have council meeting last weekend. I was in
That's why you're so
You were.
Omaha.
lucky.
We spent a lot of time on you wake up at 17 degrees.
Did you go to that buoy, take a
Yep.
picture?
So take a picture of the buoy and then mile marker 0.
Yeah, I love it, that's great.
So it was fun. We went to the, I don't know, the butterfly sanctuary. We really wanted to go that. It was kind of cool, I guess, in a weird kind of way. But
That would be
Butterflies?
interesting.
yeah, they're like, I don't know, thousands.
Thousands.
In this big thing and you walk through it and, I don't know, whatever.
So did you fly into Key West or
We
Miami?
flew into actually Fort Lauderdale, which was ridiculous to me, but it wasn't my deal. I was like, why don't you just fly into Miami to save an hour and drive in?
So you have to drive the old clear out.
Yeah, then you go across all those bridges, and the
Yeah.
7 Mile Bridge and, yeah, like
How
I
long did it take
say.
you to turn across there?
So the problem with Key West is that the speed limit is like 45.
On those
55.
bridges?
Yeah, it's 4 lanes, well, some of it. And it's still 45 and 55 miles an hour.
So it's slow.
And the chickens are protected.
Chickens?
They got chickens everywhere and they're protected.
You mean like wild chickens?
Yes, like wild chickens and roosters and
So instead of feral cats, we got feral chickens.
good chickens. And they got, speaking of Joel's deer, they got little tiny, they look like miniature white-tailed deer out there.
Oh yeah, Florida deer are
Yeah,
small.
they're just little itty bitty. Like, I don't know if a full-grown one's back's the size of the stable.
See,
See you,
Thanks,
Todd.
Todd.
So, yeah, it was, like I say, it was, go
are we still
No
on
kidding.
TV?
Oh, yeah.
go last week. Because that's turns out,
It's too late, last week is over.
I know, but like, every, like, this week and the following week,
It gets more and
it
more.
just gets crazier and crazier and crazier. Like this week,